Hey guys, we're live! Woohoo! Hi Sam.
Hi, Stuart. Welcome to the third week of January, fourth week of January. Way.
Yes. Indeed. Indeed.
How is everything going in the Canada?
Good. Got a lot of snow, but now it's gonna be it's 0 today, so a lot of it's melting, so it's heavy wet snow. And it's supposed to get like +5 in the next 2 days. It's gonna melt anyway. Yeah. We had a really cold snap there, and now it's mild again. How about in the Britainville?
Yep, similar, but without the snow.
Same.
We also had that cold snap, and it's been. You sort of appreciate the slight difference between just the bit of the house isn't keeping any warmth in to the house is sort of doing okay to not thinking about it. So today's been a bit of heat here, bit of heat there. We're okay.
Didn't you guys get a hurricane or something?
Yeah, we had winds that were the equivalent. Yeah, we had Marie was here, and there was like a weather warning across the country. Don't travel if you can avoid it. No, seriously, don't. At some point, just like as I've joked to you before, the snow in the UK. Read down on the mountains of Scotland. Well, yeah, okay, fine. There's what a weather report, right? It's a bit of a padding. So if they say up to 70-mile-an-hour winds, that's horrendous. But what if that's one valley in Shropshire, whatever, right? So, but there was 35 mile-an-hour winds, which are very, not fun. And certainly the whole day was hearing the house being battered with wind. And then for about 3 hours there's a giant rainstorm as well. So it wasn't a very nice weather. There was no outside of any kind in our plan.
Yeah.
Thank gosh Nick didn't fly in or out, because that
Well,
would
there you go.
have been real bad.
Now that the weather report's done, welcome back, guys. It's time for Trekyards tiered list. And today we're looking at alien weapons, but not just alien weapons, alien sidearms, I think, better to say, because these are all sidearms. Because there are other alien weapons, which we'll take a look at some point.
Yeah, and we've already looked at the most of the rifles with the phaser rifle, so that's cool. Which has a few, obscure things like bazookas and such.
Yeah, they do exist.
The great purple space bazooka.
Yep.
And I'll start sharing.
All right, and I'll tell you guys, hit that like button. We have 22 of you here and only 14 likes. Hit the like button. Help us out in any way you can by super chatting. Super chat in any questions or anything you have to say. We do read them all on the air along with your name, so you'll be ever for immortalized on the interwebs by having your name called out and what you said. So it helps the channel as well. Plus, in this tier ranking system, it's actually good because you can bump things on the tier list if you don't agree with them. So $5 super chat, we'll consider moving it up or down one. But you guys kind of have the power in that regard. So help us out if you can. Also, click the join button down below. Join our fleet and be part of the Trekyards fleet. So it's a fun way to interact with the channel, and we really appreciate it. Or head on over to Patreon/Trekyards. You can do the same thing over there, essentially. And I think we get more of the funds that way. So if you're able to help us in any one of those, we appreciate it. It's all, it all goes towards the channel, and it all goes towards the fleet video. You can have your name in the video. You can see what ship you're serving on, everything. It's kind of cool. So check out the join button if you haven't already. Obviously, make sure you're subscribed. YouTube has a nasty habit of unsubscribing people from the channel, so please do so. Make sure your subscribe button is clicked, and click the bell notification icon to all so you don't miss any content. We do have weekly content. Every Saturday there's a ship video, and there has been for 9 years. So lots of backlog as well. So go check those out. Just watching our content and sharing it with people is really helpful. So please consider doing those things. Also, click the links down below. There's links to the Teespring and the TeePublic store where you can get some cool Trekyards merch. And we'd like to see you wear some Trekyards merch when we see you at conventions and stuff. So check it out, look at your options, and see what's available. We want to see you guys wearing it. That's what it's there for. So click that link and get yourself some cool swag. Look, Sam's back.
Hello.
Hey.
I hath returned to this epic mixture, because this, of course, is a pretty broad spectrum of weapons. The phase rifles had a slightly more consistent theme. The phasers especially had. This, however, covers the famous, from the Klingon, to the Tellarite phase from Enterprise. You remember that thing that you totally don't remember at all. I spent a good amount of time scrounging through the internet to try and find, because wonderfully a lot of this stuff has been prop auctions have happened, and there's been a shot, so stuff like that's happened, which has been tremendous. Let's not pretend that I've caught everything, but I spent a bit of time getting a lot, and yes, a lot of Klingon. Don't worry, we've got a lot of the Klingon stuff, so there is a lot of Klingon stuff.
I noticed that when I was going through them all, there's a lot of Klingon stuff,
which we've held almost all of them.
Variants of. Yeah,
I'm happy about that.
So. It's almost worth its own tiered rank for Klingons with weapons.
I mean, yeah.
We've got about 30. We've got about 37 weapons on this list. So.
Now, I do think this is the first time in a ranking that the bar can now be just what looks cool, right? Because how the hell do you judge what a Andorian weapon is? Like, it's not going to be balloon up to antennas, right? Like, those standards of what is a Beretta is not like a human. There's the rifle, maybe you can pull more parallel, Cardassian has a bit of a ship vibe, whatever. But pistols, I think there's a certain amount of, that's a cool shape. So I think maybe the standards here are going to be a bit more what we like personally and what we think looks cool. Because there's also keen to include a whole load of this is a background prop. Who used it? Lots of people. In which show? Lots of shows. In what era? Lots of eras. Right. But it's a cool prop, right? Like that's its own thing.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So this will be a fun discussion. Hopefully, I want you guys to chime in. You know the routine. You can bump things up or down on the tier list with $5 super chat if you don't agree with our decision, and we welcome those kind of discussions because we're just two men doing the best we can in the world.
And if you want to cause drama, you can. Well, this I think should be an A plus plus plus. What do you mean? Etc. But Stuart, I think really the question is, where do we start and where are you going to take us? Because there is exactly where do you want to start us off?
Well, you were talking about.
Well, take us off there.
I think this is a Klingon weapon. I have no idea.
Did label everything, so.
It's not on my. Well, that's not here. I don't have that in front of me right now. Yes. So
this is a Klingon Star Trek 09 disruptor. Of course, they were designed, even though they were in it briefly, but they were in it briefly. Stuart, what do you think of this Klingon JJ disruptor?
It maintains the Klingon vibe from the Prime Universe Klingon weapons for sure. So that's cool. The handle and the shapes are kind of all there, and it's quite intricate. It kind of almost feels like might be Discovery, the Klingon ship elaborate, because their ships are quite elaborate. But yeah, it's kind of neat looking. I like it. So.
Yeah, it gives me the steampunk vibe, in the sense of it's kind of metally, tubey, connected-y shape. It doesn't feel advanced. It feels as if you're going for a hyper retro. This is tech. It's like, yes, it is. It could be from absolutely anything, right? Could be a Halo weapon. Could be anything. Fine design, but I wouldn't say I'm in love with it because it's situational, right? It looks like, or even it would do well as like a. Have you seen the second Wizard of Oz film? the one with the fat Clockman and the skating teens.
Oh yeah.
Weird film. This was like could be right out of like a guy from Oz, not in a bad way, just in a art design kind of way.
Yeah. It's a neat design. So to kick off the list, I think we could probably. Where should we put this at? Like C?
I have mild feelings of it's all right.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Wanted to put it at a C to start this off.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Not too shabby.
It'd be kind of cool if the front like you added on another thing and like shotgun rounded it and like screwed to kind of rifle, like a bit like a Transformers gun, you know. It could be kind of that could be fun.
All right, next up, we got this thing.
Riemann Nemesis pistol.
Okay.
Oh, I guess my turn. It's a gun with a rail on it that was clearly made for $25. Or it's a water pistol, painted purple.
Yeah.
Does what it says on the tin, which is gun.
But it's not the nicest looking of designs, honestly. I like the color.
Yep.
But you're right. It's probably just as simple as that. It is a prop you can buy, and it's just modified and painted, which is fine.
Wait, it doesn't stand out from the film. The rifles are far more in the film, but I'm glad they made them. I would give it, from aesthetic point of view, a gentle D. Not for any malice, just there's not really much into it, but it is a weapon. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it gets the point across. Let's see. We'll throw that right there. D. All right. There's two. We want your thoughts on these guys, so make sure you're commenting in the chat down there. All right. Where to go next? My goodness. I'm just going to do them kind of in the order that I've got them set up here. So, all right. So next up is this bad boy, which is a Klingon disruptor. Not exactly sure which one this is from, but this is one of the longer, not like a lot less intricate designs. And honestly, it's too simple to me. I don't like the size of the handle. I don't like that it's just basically just one long tube at top with nothing really going on. There's not a lot of bulk or anything kind of aesthetically pleasing about this one at all. So it's, you know, Klingons would prefer hand to hand. This is just something they have just in case, I guess.
Yeah, this is the Mark II. As you know, as I'm sure you remember, the original version of this for TMP was a like M16 style gun. They took off bits and pieces, added a handle, and shoved it in holsters. But they never used them. But they're on the holsters and they're silver. Then repainted them for later films in the actual Klingon colours as background assets still, before they sorted over to the more familiar ones. This is their attempt to be further along. It's the more detailed of the two. Not a bad weapon, but certainly, you know, the epitome of a background asset, something to fill a holster. But at least it has the Klingon colours, because it was painted by Klingon people at the time who painted it properly. You know, I would judge this higher than the silver version, which is obviously the exact same thing but without the detailing. This, I think, at least would be, you know, I could see this very much being a like Klingon cadet pistol. Like, he's not allowed to have the proper one. He's given like the training. It only has kill, and semi-kill, and half stun. It's like you get the full settings later when you get the real gun. But it's, you know, it is literally a repurposed, you know, gun piece that was molded and sort of evolved in on itself.
Well, Captain Robert says looks more like a pressure washer to me.
Yeah,
the Klingons guns use like drills, and they also use pressure washer parts as well, some of them. So yeah, good call there.
I don't dislike it, but it's certainly uninspired.
Yeah, uninspired is the perfect word for it. I'd say D. It easily fits in the D slot. I
would agree, just because C is. I like it sort of better than the C gun, but it's a less good design, and that's important because it's not really a design, right?
Yeah. So D it is.
And that's not a complaint on it. It's just okay. It's a BB gun, yeah, very much so. And guys, well, Stuart, in fact, there's a poll.
I will read this poll to the people. Who is your favorite alien sidearm design style overall? I think it should be, what is your favorite alien design style overall? The Klingons, the Romulans, the Cardassians, or the Bajorans?
Yeah. Sort of 4 of the iconic ones.
Well, jumping off what you just talked about.
Oh.
is the exact same gun,
just worse.
but in silver and worse. Yeah, it doesn't. It feels like it's just a dystopian future Earth gun. It doesn't feel Klingon at all, and yeah, so it's the same thing essentially, just without the colors or the emblems or the markings or the Klingonness of it. So it's just kind of blah. It's for me, it's an F actually. I never liked the shape of this one.
Like, I wouldn't mind if they took this idea and did a proper version, like the simplicity and made an actual Klingon. Like, you know, the D1 is closer, but do a proper design. But the fact that I can see a barrel, you know, you don't need a muzzle flash suppressor on a Klingon disruptor from the TMP era. You don't. But like I said, it was literally there to put in holsters for you to see as a. So good for them for at least having something. Yes, I would say it's an F, not because of particular dislike for it, which is interesting because when we did the rifles and hand phases and such for Federation, there was a bit of a dislike. But it's just the least interesting of all those designs, and there are much, much, much better and more interesting designs in the batch.
Yes, I agree with that.
Guys, if you have your thoughts, comments, and questions, that funds the channel, so let us know what you think. Yes, this is the Enterprise NX-01 pistol, which I do quite like. It has a lot more character. This is from This is from a time when they obviously were more rugged and rustic, and it was used throughout. It's also quite big and bulky in a good way. I guess it has they don't always have that back grip part or back whatever. It does look weird. It shouldn't necessarily have that, but of course the joke, as you alluded to earlier, Stuart, is this was just literally a car wash gun that they bought repurposed. But you know what? It's a really good gun for being a car wash. I quite like this one. This fits the bill for me quite effectively. Yeah,
me too. It's got a nice style to it. It doesn't need that stock at the back really, but it adds something extra and takes away from. I just bought this off the wall at the.
All the pressure washer have a sense of humor, you know. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's got the Klingon colors again. So this one actually for me is probably a C. Because it's a unique sidearm look, and it definitely feels like some thought was put into it.
I would say a very low B, just because for me it works well as a Klingon piece, and considering they sourced a very good job. I entirely buy this as a precursor to the Klingon disruptor from later, which is kind of hard to do. Right, guys, first of the tiebreakers. Any super chat to determine C, B, or if you want to dick us around and say D, you're welcome to. But I've got a soft spot for this. I think it works very well for what it is.
Yeah, it works on a lot of different levels for sure.
Let us know. I'm pretty sure most versions don't have that stock. That seems odd, but this is a very clear picture. So
yeah, the stock's all right, but
yeah, just doesn't need it.
I don't know what purpose that would ever serve.
Well, I mean, it is forward thinking in a somewhat sense. The TNG when they added a stock, so you could argue same logic. And certainly if they had done that funny logic of building like that as an attachment to mimic Star Trek 3, would kind of cute. This would totally work that stylistically if you modify the back a bit.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know. B or C?
I say a low. Well, I say a high C. He says a B. So
low B.
Okay, so we're almost there.
Yeah, it's my favorite one out of the list by a good margin.
For the Klingons.
Well, of the ones we've done so far.
Oh yes, yeah.
Guys, let us know. There's 45 of you. Your thoughts. See, we rely on you guys to make us go. You are Packleds, we are Packleds. Rumdar is watching. Rumdar and the Great Koala are having tea, and they want you to vote with your super chat.
And hit that like button if you haven't already. 44 of you here, 30 likes. You guys have to be part of this conversation and engage with these lives. Just hitting like, talking in the chat, super chatting. It's all important. All helps us out. So if you can, please do. Plus, making decisions like this, where we don't always agree necessarily. We're close. But
I want you to be the decider. Well, it doesn't sound like such a good good cop, bad cop sitcom, Rumdar and the Great Koala.
Sure.
It's like a procedural comedy of the two of them in their sofa in their house, etc. Vote now, ladies and gentlemen. Vote now.
Here it says it's a terrible looking weapon. He wouldn't be caught dead with that thing.
I think they would shoot you so you wouldn't be caught dead. You'd be caught alive and then shot. Mwahaha.
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. If there's no tiebreaker, I'm willing to put it in B for now. A low B. We can modify it later. I just think there's going to be other ones more worthy.
Well,
of B.
that's by contrast. I'm just going by what we have so far.
Yes.
So I like it notably more. Like, it feels weird in a C compared to what C is. But, you know, that's why I say it's very much on that line. That's why
Indeed.
That's why I want you guys to think. But people are saying C in general. So I'm happy to put it as a C. Although, you know. Hello, Dan. Although I like
a high C for now.
Yeah. You guys can still have power of choice. Let us know.
So
This is a fun little resource as well, because you guys won't necessarily have seen all these weapons anyway, so kind of getting to see them all together.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of fun.
All right. So what's next, Mr. Foley?
Yeah. Go random, you know. That is random. And it's you as well.
I have no idea what it is. I'll have to look. Hold on. Hold up the thing here.
Yes. I love that high C tasty.
Kazon, what? Oh.
He loves it!
I mean, I can see just plumbing brass parts on it, so, I mean, why is that there? I don't know, but hey.
It's the heat sink for the water pipe.
Perfect.
Thoughts?
It's an odd one. It definitely looks patinaed and, like, antique-y with that copper and the green oxidization on it. It kind of fits the Kazon, honestly. It's just a hot mess. Just like they are. I don't know. It's a good alien sci-fi weapon, I guess. But I don't ever remember. Well, I never got a close-up view of it. I don't think, because first I've seen it close up.
A couple, but I mean they always went for rifle. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. It's. I think I know where I'm going to put it, but I want to hear what you have to say about it first. So, what do you think of the Kazon sidearm?
Better than the rifle. It has a more cohesive feel. The single pipe kind of gives it a charm. I like the very... All we had was some metal and an emitter we scrounged together and then a little bit of leather to put around a crappy handle. It feels very made or scavenged, which of course in theory it's a trade weapon. Although you can imagine the trade weapon maybe didn't have the pipe and didn't have the leather, and then Kazon's modified over time and made it actually worse, or just kept it going. I like the age feel. I like the emitter. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I like how it feels. I'm interested to see how that pipe would, you know, be affecting the hand, because it feels like, I'm sure it's just enough clearing, but that's an interesting angle for that.
Where's the trigger? Is it a thumb trigger like the Klingon weapons and Cardassian weapons?
I mean, I assume a lot of these things have pressure triggers. You know, where the fingers would be, it just takes pressure. You know, you don't need a, you know.
It seems kind of advanced for the Kazon.
I mean, they have warp travel, so everything below that sort of but they can warp, but they can't replicate. But they can phaser and beam. I would say I like this in general as a solid C. I think it's got an actual charm to it that feels like a little design. Not great by any means, but charming in its own little way.
I'm very pleased to put it at a C. Despite it being Kazon.
Like I said, better than the rifle. It works. It comes together stronger as a sidearm. Yeah, it does have a more genuine alien-made pistol look. Yes, something about it. I don't know, something about it.
Yeah. Okay, next up is this one.
Yeah, the Jem'Hadar phaser disruptor. So this is a tricky one, because what are the Jem'Hadar? They're a slave military force of the Dominion. So really it's a Dominion weapon, but you think it'd be custom designed for them for their speed, agility, lack of sleep, something about whatever they offer, this would be designed towards. To me, it signifies it's a very powerful power core, which is not even, they haven't even bothered closing up the shell, because they just go into battle, kill people. If they die, who cares? The thing stops working, who cares? You got 5 more where it comes. I remember them being quite vicious, most of the rifles, but I'm sure the pistols are the same thing. They do plasma burns, they have very horribleness. It's both very basic and it has a character, but I don't know how any of it works. But I like it mostly. It's more of a shape than a design, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I love the colors. I love the detail
colors are
in the
good.
middle.
Colors are good.
I also, it gives me a vibe of like laser tag guns, which I've always loved since I was a kid, with that front part out in front of the handle. No, it's a great alien design. I think it's fantastic. It really pops on with all the detail in it. You can get a lot of good shots of it with different lighting. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic piece. Looks like something from the Franklin Mint with the gold electroplate, and so yeah, it's great. I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah, like I say, I don't understand how it works, but that's alien, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, where do you want to place it then? Sounds like you're in a positive mind.
I think it's either A or B. Just kind of looking here. I think.
Personally, I would have said a high B.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the other ones that have yet to come.
Oh, normally I'm the one that gets to look at the sneaky stuff. That's kind of nice to get there. So I'm saying I'm control the live, you control the show. Interesting.
Yeah, I think because I'm looking at some of the other ones that are coming, I think this might deserve an A slot.
Okay.
But you said high B.
High B. Yep. And we're going to swap things as we go, right? At the end.
Yeah.
Because I sense the lack of detail. I like, as in, like, the back is clearly just resin that's flat. Like, half of it is detail, half of it is just flat resin. It's clearly just a prop.
Yeah.
So it's,
I wish there was some detail on the grip.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's a dichotomy of, like, I don't know how it works. So it's more prop than it could be. And there's no lights, and there's no whatever. It's like that. I maintain high B. You can ask the audience, Stuart.
I'm asking the audience. What do you guys think? Put it in the regular chat, but also super chat. And first super chat will clinch it. But yeah, I still think it's a cool looking design, and I would probably want to own one. That's another ranking I have. So I'd want to maybe put it at an A, a low A maybe. But we're almost there, guys. What do you guys think? We got an A, we got a high B.
Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, but yeah, Sergeant Montgomery, cool if it would sort of come together to be a smaller module. Yeah, if the top bit kind of collapsed into itself, it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B, A, B. Looks like the B's are winning out.
Super chat, guys, even a 2, decide where it goes. And yes, the poll is somewhat one-sided right now, I'll be honest.
Yes.
Does it feel odd that we've held most of a large percentage of the hand weapons in the main races?
Yes.
Kind of a fun feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I do think this would feel more like a prop if you held it. I think it would look great if you filmed it, but it'd feel more like, I think it'd feel like a prop if you held it.
Yeah. And Sebastian throws in €2 and says cool. Is that cool for C?
I don't know.
Cool starts with C.
But they're starting to come in. Wonderful, wonderful, Ray.
Ray Ricks, 5 pounds. A, it looks okay on this. It looks okay. That's the qualifier.
High note for an okay. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it. Because you guys super chats run this channel. Let's do what we do. Okay. Well, there you go, Stuart. The audience has it. Because we are a Trekyards community. Aren't we?
We are indeed, sir.
Cool.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Keep going random. Keep varying the pot.
this one can go away because that's the one I made a mistake on. All right. I fixed it. Don't.
Excellent.
All right. Boom.
Oh, no, you're jumping on this one as well.
Confederation gun. This is really cool. This actually just feels like if you, in the 1980s, if somebody made a film called James Bond 2000, kind of like the Knight Rider 2000, and they took the Walther PPK and futurized it. This is that gun. I love the look of this thing. I would probably want to own one. I don't think it feels Star Trek at all. I do like the detail they put in the front. That feels kind of futuristic. The rest just feels like something I could probably go down to the gun store and buy. So I don't know. I do like the design though. This is quite a nice design, and yeah, I think it works. But again, it feels more like the James Bond 2000. James Bond reimagined for the future. But anyway, how about you? What do you think of this one?
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously all the caveats under the sun. It's a alternate Earth, mean people version universe gun. Therefore, the impetus on the design is very much, you can see it. That, of course, said, it's clearly the E33 from Enterprise meets Star Trek 6. Like, you can see direct in the video, right? It's incredibly direct parallels. They took the most offensive, as in offensive weapons in Trek early history, and they combine them, and it looks great, right? And it's got the sleek of a military sidearm of more James Bond variety. It is any, even despite literally being those two designs slapped together, you could point to the pieces. It feels very gun, and it would feel perfectly in place in Battlestar Galactica, Space Above and Beyond, Alien Stargate, Star Wars, which is very sleek. So that's why we can't judge it based on, does it fit into a Confederation timeline? Well, yeah. Pure design-wise, it's, for me, a little bit too simple, yes, as odd as that sounds.
Not futuristic looking enough.
Yeah, I would say a respectable B, although I don't personally love it in the abstract. I respect its design thoroughly to say a respectable B, which is pretty high. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, no, I thought
I can't remember.
Well. It's not sci-fi enough to get higher than a B for me, but I do like the design still. So yeah, that's exactly where I was thinking of putting it. So,
I mean, they did what they set out to do. It's a success in that regard. It looks like a hot glue gun. Yeah.
As they sometimes do.
Oh yes.
The JJ Klingon phaser.
Yes. Maybe the one's Romulan then. Don't remember. Yes, Klingon looks like a rifle, just smaller. It's fine. It's alright. It's a design, almost a ship in a design. It makes me feel very little, personally, for whatever reason.
Yeah. I like the stabby bits at the front, especially considering the Klingons like close quarters combat or hand-to-hand combat. So as you're running in, you're firing, and then you can use it as an actual stabbing weapon. Plus, you can also use the butt of the gun to like hit people because of the spike. Kind of nice. Good design for a
comfortable to hand hold. I have no idea. I can't even visualize.
Probably a lot of the ones we think are going to be uncomfortable are super comfy when we hold them. So, I don't know, but lack of any kind of color detail or anything that pops on it for me. Hold on, I'll get to yours in a second. I'm going to read Sebastian's €10 super chat. Can't recall the last time I joined you guys for a live.
Where have you been? Missed you.
Here's some Latinum. Some interesting guns so far. I have a feeling the Klingons will rock this list. Kapla. That's a sleek little gun. B. Oh.
Yeah, my problem with this is that it's entirely style over substance, in that alien gun, right? But I don't know how it works. It just feels like a metal shell. It doesn't have that something of the tech of a weapon that I'm missing, so I don't connect with it personally. That's just me.
Now, Sebastian, is this the one you want put at B, or was it the last one?
Yes, because I wouldn't necessarily call this one sleek. It's not unsleek.
Neither would I. That's why I'm confused. Because this one, I'm very, very happy to put it at D. honestly.
I would agree. Not for badness, but just like the Riemann. It's alright. Just not my personal preference, right? And this is kind of a personal preference one as well. Which is fun, because we can compromise, and we can, meter our preferences and somehow agree on almost everything. Almost everything.
So Sebastian, let us know if you wanted this in a B slot. I'll move it up, because the 10-year-old super chat's great.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys rule the roost at that point.
Oh, the last one would be, yes. Thank you, Sebastian. Okay, yes, I totally agree with you. We both were on that. All of us were on that page. All right. Yeah, I sense a trend with the D's here. They're all like very long. Well, 2 of them are. Anyway.
All right, take us to a whole new place.
A whole new world.
It could be in any place, any quadrant or.
How about?
Oh.
Parallel timeline.
It's not parallel timeline, Stuart. That's early Klingons. It's not parallel at all.
Which is in the Discoverse.
It's Discovery Universe, Stuart. What are you on about? Don't be so mean to Discovery in this Bath Fest. Yes, Stuart, this of course is Discovery. Phaser pistol. And there's so little shit's given about it that there was only... In Googling this, there's our thumbnail. And the one picture that our thumbnail comes from. Which was it at a cruise where they showed some props. Nothing. The internet doesn't care about it. That's my first thought, Stuart. Tell me your first thoughts.
For a warrior race, again, I like this. It kind of goes with the JJ feel of using the sidearm as a stabbing weapon as well. It's kind of like a brass knuckles type of vibe going on here. You got a finger slot, and then for the trigger, and then you've got like the other 2 fingers on the grip there, and you've also got like brass knuckles with like spikes. I think it's kind of cool. I wish it wasn't Klingon necessarily. It feels more like Zindi, reptilian, or something like that to me. But this is a weird one for me because I love the design. I think it looked very cool on a wall mounted with some other props. But the Discoverse thing kind of bothers me. It does have Klingon-esque colors, though, I gotta say.
Wait, Klingon-esque. Is that what you're trying to say there?
Yes. So I do like the design. Ray Ricks throws in 5 pounds and says, "Disco nonsense, F." There you go. I was going to say probably a D, as much as I kind of feel the funk of the design. But
see,
I don't like the emitter on it. Looks like it's melted.
I think my general thoughts on it would be I like the textural design that went into it, even though this is a blurry picture because that's what we had. It was very a combination of very industrial with very stylized. Like, this feels very designed. Why is the emitter round when the other bits are pointy? It is very designed, but is it Klingon? No, but that's not what we're judging. I would probably give it a C for creativity if it was me, but we're not obviously. The Trek value is neither here nor there, because certainly it's not pulled from anywhere. So what did Ray give it?
He gives it an F.
Well, there we go. Thank you for your... yeah. Nausicaan. Yeah, actually. It does feel Nausicaan. It's a good shout.
It does, yeah.
But also he...
Or Predator.
Oh, great.
Feels like it was designed by H.R. Giger, actually. It could be an alien one.
That's a really great... It really is a Predator weapon, yeah. I like that. You can imagine him dual-wielding these.
Yeah. Sebastian, €2, feels Nausicaan, and it's nauseating ways. Oh my God, F. It's 2 Fs for it. Jesus. Captain April, $5. At work right now. Missed it. I think the JJ Klingon disruptor is awesome. Such a Klingon thing to have a bayonet. Yeah, we mentioned that. We talked about that when we were talking about it.
You've not put your ranking, so you are very able with the super chat to change your ranking by 1, maybe 2 rankings. So hey, you've now put in 5. Do you agree it should be a D, or do you think it should be somewhere different? You have the power in what you just commented there. So comment normal. Let us know if you do not agree with a D. You have just given yourself the golden ticket, as it were. Not to A or S, because that'd be silly.
Silliness. Yeah, let us know
Thank
in the
you.
chat where you would like it ranked, because if you like it more than where we put it.
Yeah. It's just personal preference, right?
All right, who goes first on this one? Me? No, you.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I believe this is a Ferengi? It's either Ferengi or Vulcan. Or it might be a Vulcan. What does the show notes say?
Ferengi DS9.
Ferengi DS9. It's a Ferengi from DS9, although it is reused all over the place. That's just one thing. And I'm pretty sure that this prop was then reused in Picard for the Vulcan, who then pointed it at the people, the gangster Vulcan. I believe this is one they pulled out of the archives, which is great. It looks like...
doesn't mean it would be Vulcan, because they're black.
Actually makes it more like a Ferengi, because...
Yeah.
Black market. This is always... I've seen this design for years. This reminds me of a robot that's on like a ball and got an arm out of it.
I was just going to say that when I got to my turn, yeah.
The balance of it is so that I like it. It is alien looking, it is sci-fi looking, although now I'm looking at it, it's very Orville. If you cut like 4 angles, you could make the Orville pistol pretty much aesthetically 1 for 1. I like it in general. I wouldn't want it as I'm not comfortable. But you know what? Respect it's something different. Yeah. So I like it in general.
Feels very sci-fi, but it doesn't feel very Star Trek. And it does feel like it could be a power drill with the large battery pack on it.
Or like a mining laser gun with a giant power pack.
I'm thinking of things that would be around your house, because that's what it feels like. It feels like I've seen something like this, but I can't quite put my finger on it, Or a welder.
Yeah.
Looks like it could be a welding gun.
Which, in fairness, if that is meant to be a power pack at the bottom, and this is like a really meant to last 10 years of power pack, that's cool. We don't see that, right? So I do sort of like it. I don't love it, but I respect it. It feels nicely designed, and I think this is a very, very good background generic pistol for both looking alien and sci-fi, but not too aggressive. It's a nice balance of that. Where do you want to put it? Because I have not made up my mind yet.
D.
Why?
Because, like I said, it's a very good sci-fi weapon. I just don't think it feels very Star Trek. So I do like the thought that was put into it to make it different, and I feel like that's worth at least 1 bump up instead of an F. But again, it doesn't. You show me this, I would not say Star Trek as my first.
I mean,
guess.
would you say the first thing in C was Star Trek? No, of course not, right? And if you weren't a fan, you certainly wouldn't say the Dominion was, or that's not necessarily what we're quantifying here. I would say a very low C, because compare it to what's in D, and it's a better design than everything in D. As a design. Because those things tend to be... Well, maybe not so much the JJ, but I think it's definitely better as a design than the first 2 things in D. Maybe a very low C, but it has a design element. I'm.
Okay. I'll capitulate and say yes. I'll see.
But I would be fine to be demoted by a super chat to put down to a D. So I can understand why. So that looks even more like a robot when you make it small.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Looks like it'd be on a car assembly line, like a large version of it, like putting on doors.
Looks like they're being chased by guns. On wheels. That's great.
All right, let's get back to something more Star Trek-y.
Damn.
Bing.
Oh, well, there you go. Now, that is the primary. That is what I would associate with the classic one being the classic. Yeah. You'll go first.
Yeah. This one I have the Diamond Select version of it, and I love it. It doesn't, you wouldn't think it'd be comfortable with the way the handle looks at first, but when you slot your thumb in there and the thumb is the trigger, and like your safety's right there as well. It's very well designed. It's very ergonomic. And it's also minimalist. Those 2 pipes holding that front emitter, you wouldn't necessarily think that when you think gun, but I kind of like it because it is a disruptor after all, not a phaser. How do they work? I don't know, but they work. and there's like a module on top, which is kind of could be like a sight, like an electronic sight. But yeah, it's a nice design. Definitely says Klingon, matches. I mean, we've seen this so often with the Klingons. I just think it's iconically Klingon, and therefore a very nice design. How about you?
Yeah, it's we're obviously biased. Can't get away from that fact. This is the Klingon weapon, the definitive article for all the reasons. We've all held them, we've all seen them. As I say, the toy version is very close. It is a bigger weapon than it needs to be. I think it's overly big. But Klingons are big people, and they are sending big people into war. This is a war weapon, so it is fine that it's only for 6'3" people with big hands, so therefore it's bigger. But it looks cool on screen, right? And it's meant to have a really good range. It's meant to have really good power. It's meant to be very fast firing. Yes, the 2 tubes is stupidly retro, right? I don't really buy there'd be 2 flat silver pipes. That is the worst thing about it from a realistic point of view. But artistically, it reads D7, right? There's a stylistic nature Klingon. It gives it a rustic nature. It works as an artistic piece, even if that itself is a silly thing from a purely whatever. Obviously, we can look at the variants of this. I don't know if this is my favourite, but I know the reason why they did the beak nose at the front, which I think is wonderful. And yes, the trigger or the handle is, it looks ridiculous, but it is thoroughly lovely. I mean, obviously, this is going to be an S tier, Stuart, because it is definitive. And you know, if I ever get to use them, I'll be happy. In a film somewhere, they look kick-ass.
Before I read the super chat, I just wanted to say I was going to suggest this as an S tier because of its classic iconicness.
And I think it probably is the best version of this weapon. We're not there yet, but I think this overall for me, I think that pointy front is so goddamn sleek. It just works. And it's a D7, right? It's got the neck. It actually kind of flows with the D7 vibe. Yeah.
So Ray Ricks throws in £5 and says S tier. Kapla.
Yes.
Olivia is here with $5. Did you know Trekyards hosts are an endangered species? For $5 a month, 16 cents a day, you can help support our Trekyards hosts. Thank you. We are endangered. There's only one of each of us.
Yep. Yeah. And
there's other ones in like Mirror Universes and stuff like that. But
thank you. Please do. Yeah, and guys, join us for our Drunk Yards, our first of the year. Saturday. It's going to be a nice long chill one. Proidere Drunk versus, in some point during the lineup, is a plan that should be silly fun. I'll go throw some Christmas presents, and it would just be a really nice long chill day, and help the channel a lot as well. So do join and say hi for that.
Yeah, and Terrence Shell says, "Where's the trigger on the Klingon disruptor? It's right by your thumb.
Yep.
You hold it, and it's the thumb trigger, and there's a thumb safety as well.
It's not comfortable because we're not used to it, but if you're trained in it, you wouldn't think about it.
And a lot of these alien weapons have that. The Cardassians have a thumb trigger as well, which is also super comfortable. So, yeah. And Sebastian, €5. Would love to own this. S. What's the S for again? Superior, sublime, super.
Well, as I've said many a time, like A is a delicious chocolate cake with great frosting, with great sprinkles. The S, the cherry on top. That you just know makes it a little bit better, right? B is delicious cake without the frosting. C is a good tasting cake. D is a cake. F is a puddle. And I'd still believe S should be reserved for the absolute creme de la creme, because A is still like top tier, just not a special tier. That's why S's are often more rare. That's why B is still very respectable, right? B is still very respectable in this.
All right. Next up on the chopping block, or the firing range.
This is background prop number 1. I found this on an auction website. It was using DS9. I wanted to have some fun curveballs, but I have no memory of it. You wouldn't have memory of it. It's just some prop they built in the art department or borrowed from something else. No idea. But it is what? A design. What do you think, Stuart?
It is just that, a design. It looks incredibly uncomfortable to hold with that curved handle, but again, we've been wrong about that before.
Most times, I think, probably.
It's very generic. The color scheme is very simplistic. The black and silver for a weapon is just kind of almost cliche at this point.
What's cliche?
Olivia, $2. S equals Sam. Yes.
Or Stuart.
We won't accept the $2 one to put this in S tier. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, I just making a joke about. Yeah, for this one. No, what a bold play for this one.
Again, it looks like a
Dan.
The head of it looks like it could be from a drill or a power washer or something. And again, they did that a lot, and that was fine. Those are cheap parts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's a good sci-fi design.
You know what this looks like to me? You have to have a little nozzle at the back. It looks to me like a really cool way of piping frosting onto a cake.
Yes.
Right? Like, that's exactly the tube that you get. The thing. I don't mind it. It's not just a gun. It's not just boring. It's actually a design. I want to give it a respectable D because it is not bad anyway, really.
Marco Van Osh, we just talked about that. It is just a background piece.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But honestly, if someone's put it as a C, I wouldn't disrespect them as a raw design because you could take this and make it Hero, right?
Yeah.
But that's not what it was. So I think you could make into it a C, which doesn't sound very impressive, but I think you could. But I'm happy for a D because it definitely deserves more. It feels more cohesive than an F.
Yeah. Yep, D is fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good firearm design. Olivia, $2. F equals Foley. Doesn't like this one. That's funny. I never realized that Sam is S tier and I'm F tier. Boo!
But that also makes me C tier, and you also S tier.
Also S tier.
You're
yeah,
S and F, and I'm S and C.
So we're the top. We're both the top.
Yep. Oh no.
One's the bottom and one's in the middle of mediocre. So we cover all the range. That's great.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, D respectfully, exactly. So no shade, D.
This next one confuses me a tad.
Oh, excellent.
So I might need your assistance.
Oh yeah, see this was a very last minute. I remember this existed. This is the 31st century Emerald Chain disruptor.
Oh. Okay.
Which, as soon as you remembered them, you forgot them. In the sense of that Susan's discovery we don't think about often. But it's the Emerald Chain disruptor. It's very original. It's cool. They put like a shield on it that comes off. It fires pew pew and it disintegrates people very effectively. It's a design. It's a design.
Feels like something out of Stargate, though.
Yeah.
But there's an alienness to it. It's a weapon. It does what it's supposed to do. But I don't like the look of it. It doesn't say weapon to me at all. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
But
where do you want to put it?
But would you equate that to like a phaser doesn't like a weapon, like a TNG one? Like, is this not saying it's so advanced that it's in the tool territory, which is a good thing, sci-fi future?
Yes. I'm gonna have a real hard time ranking this one. But Fleetpod jumps in with $2. Never fear, Fleetpod is here. Late, but I'm here. Thank you, Fleetpod, for joining us. We appreciate you. Fleetpod says F tier on this one.
I'm inclined to put it as a C for interesting. I think this took a real design turn. It feels sci-fi future. It feels alien. I liked them in the show. I think it's a respectable, interesting design. You know, it's kind of.
I kind of want to put it at F tier.
Well, there you go. Why F then? Because that's a reasonable disparity to a C.
Because I just don't like the look of it.
Oh.
I don't like the color of it.
Hey, well, there you
it
go.
Doesn't.
Well, there you go, guys.
So there you
Vote
go,
now.
guys. Yes, you guys can help us break this standoff we're at. Where should it be?
Mm-hmm.
First super chat gets it. I don't care if it's $2 super chat.
Yeah. Let us know what you think.
Because it could really be anything. It could be, it could shoot pulses. It could shoot beams. It could scan somebody. It could.
A good multi-purpose sci-fi future thing, then, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like an ice scraper. Yes, it does. Sebastian says I could live with a D. Jamie Somerville says D. Feels like something I'd shave with. Face, chest. This is not a weapon. It would work for that, yeah.
Again, it's a sci-fi weapon, right? That's what we're judging.
Yeah. How do you aim it? Well, you hold the back part.
Easily. Easily.
Could be a flashlight. Yes, it could be. Sergeant Montgomery, $2. F. Plunger.
There you go.
Well, there you go. We can bump it later if you feel the need. Ray Ricks throws in £2 and says D. And since £2 is more than $2,
yeah.
Slot. That's how this is gonna work now.
Hey, you guys are the winners of this. And battle, yeah, judging alien weapons by human standards is a bit unfair, but we each voted with our judgment, and it sits at a D right now. It's interesting, right? That's the point. Fun, interesting. I'm voting the poll, guys.
This next one gives me Stargate vibes.
It's on you as well. Go for it, Stuart.
I'll have to look and see what it is. Where is it on my list?
It's so windy again right now outside. It's just
Heron.
Windy.
So the Predator of the Star Trek universe. This is actually very cool. I like the color scheme. I like the intricate designs on it. I love all the texturing and detail. I love the way that it's designed to, like, it just looks like it'd be comfortable to hold. It works. It doesn't feel aggressive enough for the Heron, personally, but I like this design as a sci-fi design. So, yeah. How about you?
I mean, same as, you wouldn't read Star Trek from this.
No.
But that's, again, I've said many times, not what we're judging here. I think it's a very cohesive alien weapon. The giant ass ball detail is sci-fi. It has a wonderful amount of greebling detail throughout, which keeps it from feeling bland, with a distinct color palette. Have the gold, which looks tremendous. I like having the protective bit. That's fun. It's nice. It means that if you're running through whatever, when necessarily come off your hand, it's a bit more reliable. I don't remember it for a single use in the episodes, not ever. They always use the big guns, but doesn't mean it wasn't. I mean, it is, right? To me, it looks very much like, in a similar vein, the Confederation pistol. It has a very similar parallel human alien, just whatever. And I want to give it a solid B. I think this is a nice looking weapon.
I want to give it an A.
Give it an A then. I was precipicing. Yeah, I'm happy to be convinced to an A. It's nice. It could absolutely be many sci-fi shows, but it looks nice.
Yeah, it's very unique, very sci-fi, very detailed, and I think it's right on par with that other one that's an A right now. So,
although funnily enough, now you see the difference in a couple of years of like technology, because now the Jem'Hadar, obviously season 3 of DS9, looks bulkier and prop. Voyager, 3 or 4 years later, looks like advanced, looks much sleeker, right? You can see how tech has evolved in manufacturing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Oh no!
Fleet Pod, $2, loses points for insignificant Russian B tier. Problem is, to change a tier, we usually require a $5 super chat. The other one I was didn't care about. I just said $2, but Ray Ricks won it because it was £2 instead of $2. So I'm sorry, Fleet Pod, we're not going to move it on a $2 one.
Well, you can throw in a 3 to upgrade your number. Although it's funny because the Heron, like, they're hunters. Hunters don't mean aggression. Hunters mean clever, strategic, right? They're not vicious.
Also, nobody will use for a handgun as a hunter. They would definitely use their rifles more.
Oh yeah, but you'd always have a handgun just to be useful.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah,
in case shit goes bad. But
well, it's not as if the rifle is the worst close quarters weapon ever, being like 6 foot long. I mean, there's loads of situations that shit is not going to be useful in any way. So certainly having the and it's a very small pistol. It does look small for the Herodrian, but that's like it's efficient, right?
Yeah. Who was it? Somebody said, "Oh, Phoenix Gundam says a B for me for that one." Well, I'd be happy with that at a B too, but I just think it's a standout, unique design for alien weapons, which a lot of them just feel like guns remodeled, and that's fine. This one has a unique design. That's why I put it at A, a little bit higher. But if anybody wants to change my mind, I mean, Fleet Paw's almost there. Anybody else wants to throw in $3 and have it bump to a B?
He's tempting the audience. He's teasing. Yeah, I like it. Fleet Paw, yeah. Elephants with pistols.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, I think on this list, it stands out as just a really well-designed design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, well, next up, it's going to stay there until somebody bumps it.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is this girl.
Yes. Look, I did write notes on these. Let me see where I placed this. This one was the... Oh, it's the first version. Okay, so this is the original Disruptor from Star Trek 3. And do you remember why it was... And it actually is quite different now, I'm looking. Do you remember why it was changed after Star Trek 3?
Because of that fucking front piece kept breaking off when they pulled it out of their holsters.
Yep.
Or put it in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if you miss the holster, you break it because it's just plastic or resin.
Yep.
So yeah, it is the other weapon, although it's got far more of a bulky sight at the top. The handle is different. I mean, it's iteration, right? I do quite like, in fairness, this pipe arrangement, which has it go into the emitter versus just straight. I think it has more character. But I do think the front emitter is less. In fact, it does give, again, Katinga vibes with the torpedo launcher at the front, which obviously in TOS was extruding, so the deflector. I see that detail at the front. But this version, while it has a more interesting pipe arrangement, the pipe goes into a pipe at the end, which then feels like it's now just 3 pipes. So it's both a step forward and a step backwards, in my opinion. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are Patrick James puts in $10. Rojan to B. And the current B Beretta looking one to A.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, you can do that with a 10. Darn.
Jesus Christ.
Power of the super chat.
That looks in no way sci-fi. That's just why it was in B.
But he likes it so much.
We will tweak this at the end and make the changes we want to make. But you guys have the power now.
This is the Trekyards group ranking.
Group therapy. So what did you say about this that you were asking my thoughts on again? Sorry.
Yeah, your thoughts compared to the other one.
Oh, yeah. The other ones, I've never held one of these ones per se, but I think the handle's exactly the same. It's just the front part that's been lengthened and added to, and that bit in the middle has been changed as well. This one doesn't feel or look as good, in my opinion. Yeah, that front part looks like it would be hell to put in it and out of a holster for sure. And it's shorter as well. I just picture Klingons pointing these much longer, like almost like pirates with their like blunderbusses, longer pistols. So it's all right. It's not as good as the other one in my opinion. That doesn't deserve S tier, but I'm very happy to put it at an A tier because it's still that classic, iconic Klingon look, right? But it's been improved upon with the other one.
It's like I'm between an A and a B for everything I've said. So I could be negotiated either way. Some parts I like more, some parts I like less. It feels a tad more prop to me, but also has a tad more character. Potentially. What do you guys think?
I think with the placing of the other one at S, I think A is appropriate for this one, but yeah, it could definitely fall into B. Vote in the regular chat, and if you want to super chat and clinch it with one super chat, you can do so. But let us know what you guys think. Where should this one be? Sebastian gives it a B plus. B plus is good. Too soft for Klingon. B at best. Too soft for a Klingon. Look at that aggressive front end. A minus. Yeah, everybody's floating around the A minus B plus area. Ozzy says B. I'm willing to put it at a B for now. High B.
Which is odd that that's what my brain says, but it's on that line, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm also trying to be distinct. You know, like really go with my gut here, because then everything can whatever.
Patrick James, $20. Because I like it and I can carry it and use it. The Beretta. I know it does not look sci-fi, it just looks practical.
Very practical.
Absolutely. We said that when we talked about it.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic looking weapon. It just doesn't really feel Star Trek.
And in fairness, it could absolutely be a Section 31 Enterprise era pistol.
Yes.
The fact that
100%.
it has the Enterprise era pistol elements is just yeah. See, it keeps breaking. Go for B. That's kind of part of my logic as well.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that logic, Gorgonzola. That's
like
great.
You know you'd break it.
Oh, this one.
Oh, that's an exciting comment.
I don't even know, man.
I guess this is you again. Right, what are you picking? Go for it, Stuart.
A Ferengi thing of sorts. TNG Ferengi weapon. Well, it's better than the laser whips, I guess. How is this held? I guess the emitter is at the silver part. Okay.
Well, think of a Type 1 from TOS. It's that.
Yeah. I don't know why a Ferengi weapon would have a human number 2 on the bottom of it. But hey. This is not... This is... No. No. It definitely maintains the Ferengi art design. It looks like it could be a ship if you just modified it a little bit. It's got the right colors. It's got the Ferengi symbol there, but... What? Like, it does not look comfortable to hold or use practically. It's just no.
This is the Type 1. Does that look comfortable to hold? It's a little. No. Does the whatever. This to
Type
me
1 looks comfortable to hold. How big is this? That's the other question.
It's a bit bigger than Type 1. It's more. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not that tiny.
That changes it for me, but
I mean, I'd say
I could see your thumb would sit in that slot right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably sort of like this with a. Yeah, I mean, I think it's
okay. I'll change my thoughts then.
I think it's
that small.
This is kind of neat actually. Like, it's clearly been designed more than it had to be. I think they assumed there'd be in it more. Because this is kind of a lot of finite detail for such a small prop that you would even see in HD. The fact that it's got little light. Colors, red, green, orange for different settings is kind of cute. Never known that before. That's fun. You press it, that's kind of fun. It also looks very much exactly like the Borg weapon thing that they like shoot on their arms in season 6. Maybe it's reused props. I don't know. But I kind of like it. It's got some character. You know, as much as the Type 1 has character, I think it has character. I don't love it or anything, but it has character.
I don't think the Type 1 will get very high on my list, though, as far as phasers go either, though. Anyway, Patrick James, $20. Section 31, you nailed it, yes. Benjamin Stone, 2 pounds with a cool sticker. Fleet Path, $2. Forgettable and unexciting, D at best. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the D slot as well for this one. Just because you look at it, it's kind of like the Emerald Chain weapon. It just doesn't feel like anything. It looks like it could be a scanning device or something.
I mean, exactly. It feels like a correct Gene Roddenberry TOS TNG sci-fi weapon tool. Exactly what it should be. I say it deserves a low C. Because
Sebastian agrees with you.
Yeah.
With €2. C for me for the Ferengi TV remote.
Yeah. It has more character than everything in D. Well, I mean, the things that I did not vote in D, I should say. But I think for respecting Gene, because it would have been he would have been very involved in this. I think a low C, but I think yeah. Just because it doesn't look like a gun, that shouldn't disqualify it because it's personal preference, right?
That's true. That's true.
Not that D is anything to be proud of, but yeah. Don't want to discredit it for that.
Okay, well.
This is
Next
my
up
go.
is your first for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the next one, so don't.
Okay, so this is another background-heavy piece, but it was utilized as a Maquis phaser, I believe, was a lot of it. So that's kind of where it sings. Yeah, I mean, very, very. I think it's also. I'm pretty sure it's also the Enterprise Suliban weapon, but painted red. Very basic prop, very, very used. Good. It looks nice. It could be anything in the sci-fi laser department. It's nice. It's gentle, right? It's well balanced. It looked good on screen. Clearly reused a lot. Yeah, it's a solid laser. It feels to me like a laser pistol. I don't know why, but laser.
Yeah. Well, Nature's Guard throws in €5.
Thank you.
My running theory about that is that this is the same Ferengi that produces his phaser. The same Ferengi that produces this phaser also produces TV remotes. And this is just the result of efficient manufacturing. Yes.
I think there's nothing to say, but you are correct. Love it. Well done.
Yeah, this again, this could be thrown into multiple different sci-fi franchises and fit in beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like the look of it. It feels very good as far as a weapon design goes, and I think it would look good on screen. So
it's almost too simple, as in it's too integrated and organic. It isn't, but it almost is, if that makes sense.
Mm. Yeah. I'd be willing to put this at a B, actually, because I kind of like it.
I would agree. I wouldn't be, although I wouldn't be the most excited to put it as a B, but I think it's just a gentle.
Where would you put it?
No, I'm saying a B. Yeah, I would.
Oh,
yeah.
Where would you be excited to put it? Because you said you wouldn't be excited to put it
B.
at a B.
I mean, it's a pleasant weapon, right? It's
pleasant weapon. That's the first time that phrase has ever been said.
Yeah. I mean, you always got to give it credit, right? Always got to give it credit where it's worth. And it does work for sure. And I'm allowed to not be super excited about things and still be excited about things.
I know. So this next one is Gorkon's disruptor.
Yes.
Star Trek 6.
Which you're unlikely to ever have seen, because they never actually used it on screen. Yes, this is Gorkon's custom piece designed for the movie, Star Trek 6. Obviously, it's Chancellor, it's special. It's very much taking visually the original one.
Are you going first again?
Yes. Am I? What?
No, I'm first this time. So
So Stuart, what do you think of Gorkon's custom phaser pistol disruptor?
I love it. It feels like a flintlock musket gun, and very pirate-esque. I love it. I think it's a fantastic idea to paint it red, make it unique, and the shapes, the emitter. I love that, the shape of that. It works on multiple levels. I approve. Chancellor gun for the win. It feels very piratey. It feels very flintlock. So,
yeah, it's a level of gimmick. But he's the goddamn Chancellor. If he wants to have a weird ass gun, he gets a weird ass gun. And it actually does make me think Gorkon as well. Like his beautiful costume. Yeah, it's ceremonial. It's disruptory. It's Klingon, but not. Yeah, it's weird. Like again, you've never seen it because it was never used, but it's there, and I believe it is in his holster when he gets shot. I dislike the red color. I think if that had been the proper blood red of the classic, that would improve it. But that's a paint thing, right? I get why it fits his costume. I get it. But that, for me, probably if it was me, I would make a standardized version, have the piping be silver, as is every other version, and the main red be red. I think they would look a lot more weapony versus presenty. but I'm happy to give this a very high B.
But I want to give it an S. This is a fantastic looking gun.
Like you say, it looks like a sci-fi musket from Pirate, and that makes it feel too like a little bit more costumey to me versus practical. That's my logic.
Sebastian throws in €5. Ooh, now this is special. Klingon pirate vibes. Yeah, I want to put it as an S. He wants to put it as a B.
Very high B.
We need your help. Where would you guys rank this?
Yeah,
in the regular chat, throw it in. If anyone wants to super chat and give us a ranking, please do, because I think this deserves S tier personally.
So this is one you'd absolutely want.
Yes, this is one I would absolutely want to own. I like it.
I just think you could easily convince people it's not a Star Trek weapon. Easily. Especially if no one's seen it, right? But if you put this as a... I'm not saying it's a good prop, but if you had this in, was it that animated adventure, the pirate one with the flying sail?
Titan A.
No, the actual pirate one, the sailing ship one, like Lost Planet, something. Marie loves it. Like that, this would be perfect in that.
But if you showed me this, being a Star Trek fan, I would say, is that Klingon?
Yes, for sure. But you say, where the hell is that from? You have no idea when, right? Because it's so unique.
Ray Ricks. £5 S tier. Thank you, sir.
Hey, you guys decide. That's okay. I'm not bitter, don't worry. And I'm not, so it's fine.
Sounds like you're bitter.
Believe me, you know when I'm bitter, Stuart. This is not bitter. Hey, good for Klingon. I mean, they are certainly making you guys happy.
Yeah, go vote on the poll, guys. We have 73 votes. We'd like a few more if possible.
Yeah, let's get to 80. Let's get to 80. Okay, next. I think this one's mine.
Yes. And it is a Heron Vulcan phaser.
Oh, right. Is that what we called it then? Oh, this is the Enterprise one. Right, yeah. So one of those like
this is a Vulcan one.
Last minute refined. It's just a worse looking Heron phaser. As weird as that sounds. The paint is worse. The silver is more like a cheap sci-fi knockoff store. The gold is too bronze. I assume the green is the same. I don't know. It looks less nice. I'm sure it's the picture. But this to me looks more fancy dress costume. It's the same thing, but not.
Yeah. Kind of like the colors, honestly. Although the blue and the Heron one differentiated it somewhat. But I just hate that they reuse the exact same prop and said it's Vulcan now. But that happens.
And also 100 years earlier as well.
Yeah. Before we continue on this one, though, Fleetpaw threw in $5 for the last one.
Oh. It
says S tier. It looks like it would jump you in a dark alley, beat your ass, and steal your girl or boy afterwards. At least I assume you're talking about the last one, Fleetpaw, because one in your super chat came in. So if not, clarify. But
the drama.
Yeah. No, I like this. I like the design. I really do. I like the design of this particular weapon. However, as a Vulcan weapon, I don't know. The more intricate design details on it kind of speak to that, because they're kind of artsy with their text and their.
But they're also minimalist with their ships, just simple rings, simple plates. Like I wouldn't say this was Vulcan.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, so because I know it's meant to be, but of course it's not meant to be. It's just a weapon they had.
But it works.
Yeah. I'll go as high as a C in my personal rankings. I just think the paint just makes it look that much worse. I just like it less.
I'll put it as a C because it's the Heron one I find better.
Yes, exactly. Fascinating.
Hold on, let me find the little thing. There it is. C. Dun dun dun. Okay. You keep adding more. Please stop.
I'm both sorry, but also not, because I keep remembering.
I don't want to be here for 3 fucking hours.
I get it.
By the way, you don't have Captain Proton's gun.
Oh, fuck off.
All right, moving on. I didn't want to mention it because it's like... All right, this bad boy.
Oh, this is the shotgun version.
This is mine first. I love this. I want one so bad. It's just an more aggressive Klingon handgun. It's kind of like the Desert Eagle of handguns for the Klingons. I love where the Klingon emblem is on it. I love the bulkiness of it. I love that it's got an extra grip on the front. It's just, and the beak being beefed up a little bit. It might not be beefed up. It looks like it in this picture. It's probably just the way the picture's angled. But it definitely feels like a way more aggressive version of the regular sidearm, and I think that's fantastic. Wow.
I do think it's called the shotgun variant. I think it's actually meant to be pump action, as ridiculous as that sounds. It gives it a more tactical feel. It definitely distracts away from the fact there's just two pipes and gives them a structural reason. If it hand grip, that's entirely unnecessary, of course, because these are always like just push out. I like that. I mean, obviously this is a real prop picture with a real dirt. It's clearly an old one. Like the grittiness is really nice here. I absolutely buy this as a Star Trek 6 era FU pistol versus the cleaner picture we already had for this prop. I think it does lose that sleekness of the S, but I do like the techier feel that the new thing gives it. It's so minimal, right? Although I do love the addition of the logo on the black bit. That's beautiful. With those three colors, that is absolutely gorgeous as an addition.
Yeah.
I mean, make your case, Stuart. Make your case.
I feel like I want to put it in A, just because it's not as iconic as the other one, but it could probably creep to an S for me. But right now, I'm thinking A.
I would be happy with an A.
I love Fleet Paw. This says, fuck you, fuck the guy behind you, and the guy behind him, too. I'm fucking all three of you up. I think an A works for this one.
Yeah, I mean,
but I do love it. I would want to own this one.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely fine with there being sort of sub-variants within the theme of, like, this is a custom, bigger pulse version. The shotgun, as I say, is kind of funny in a fun way.
Yes. All right. Next up is, and I'm going first on this one, or you go first on this one?
Yes, you.
This is a Bajoran phaser, and you know what? I'm changing my mind on Bajoran weapons as of today. I absolutely adore this. It's friggin' fantastic. The first thing I thought when I saw this, I don't know if anybody here has watched Battle of the Planets or G-Force, Gatchaman, whatever. This looks like Tiny's or Keop, or not Tiny, sorry, Keop, or anyway, the little kid guy. He looks like his tank that comes out of the one wing of the Phoenix. The front part looks exactly like that. It's even the same colors. But yes, this looks like a really great weapon. And I hate Bajoran culture. I thought I hated their weapons, but I was thinking today about the other one.
Well, why don't you bring the other one up as well? Let's do a side-by-side, because there's such a staggering difference in the quality of the two, I think, aesthetically.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
Because, yeah, so this is specific. I also forgot this existed too, and it probably was used as a reuse at other points. This is a specific Kira, I believe, one-use kind of like, look, I've got a more sexy gun versus the standard militaristic 5,000 prop version. So it's a bit more custom, specifically attributed to Kira. So I think tactical is a good way of thinking about it versus just military.
There you go. There's both of them combined or together, and they hold the same look. They got that oval with the gold circle. They got the And you know what? The hand version with the big bulky front end. I really like that now. I was so opposed to that for a while, but honestly, they look really cool. Man.
Yep, for me, I mean, the Bajoran Classic is so iconic. I never particularly loved it, but I do see the logic and the design in it.
Yeah, me too.
The new one, the Kira one, is a far sleeker version. It runs with a shark, but yeah, side by side, they're the same fleet, just more pointable. It gives me this vibe, whereas the classic Cardassian is more like, stop. There was like, stop.
Yeah.
But just a different texture, right? I absolutely would buy that the original Cardassian has more like charge, more settings. versus the Kira one is far more just like on the field, pew pew pew.
So do Kira's first.
Yeah.
We'll rank these
Okay.
both
Let's say it together in 3, 2, 1. You have. I was setting up the scene to then say 3, 2, 1.
Go ahead then.
3, 2, 1. B. and then the normal Bajoran weapon in 3, 2, 1. C.
B.
Okay. So what do you guys think? So I'm a B and a C, but I think both are on the. Well, I think Kira's to me a pleasant C, but I could be convinced to make the Bajoran a pleasant B. Bajoran one's a pleasant C, but I could be convinced to B. What do you guys think?
Well, Sebastian throws in €2.
Thank you.
I kind of like it. A B for me, and that's for Kira's. Okay. Only €2 though. I mean, it's close to $5.
Mm-hmm.
It actually might be $5. I don't know.
Yeah, currency conversion.
All right, you know what? We'll put it at B because we got a super chat for it. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to be butthurt about it. It's fine. I just really like that. I would love to have that one.
It's nice.
It definitely reminds me of Battle of the Planets. For sure. Fleetpaw, $5. Bajoran Derringer gets A tier. Ooh. Oh, E. OG Bajoran gets a B tier. I like them both, but the Derringer looks cooler. Do we agree that Kira's looks better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So no matter what tier hers goes into, which is now A tier because of Fleetpaw, the other one goes in the tier right underneath it.
Yes, for style over substance. I still don't love it. I don't really want to own one, but it's certainly stylistically a design. Like, as in, it is a real design.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, very similar to the Maquis one in the abstract. Like, soon side by side and aggressively pointing each other, there's a certain, like, oh yeah, I see them both. Fascinating.
Yes, very similar. Very similar. All right. Next up, this is fun. Oh my God! Stop.
And you guys are kicking ass as well with super chat, so keep that going, guys, because we are having a good time. There's a lot to look at.
Sam's turn for first.
Oh yeah, Cardassian phaser pistol or disruptor. Again, would not have loved it as much till I held one. Shockingly comfortable, shockingly pointable, shockingly balanced. Simple but designed. I like the fact that it's a shell with fun plates, and then the trigger, the back shooty is nice. I gotta remember how I felt at the time, right? It's grown on me. I don't love it, but it also feels a very neat tactical weapon, as a military would have. It fits the bill really well. Yeah, they put some thought in. Ooh. Things are happening.
I don't love it.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even like it.
Oh, sure.
Again, it's super comfortable to hold, which you would think not, but it just, I mean, it works for the Cardassians for sure. Just there's not anything there to talk about really.
Okay.
Again, it feels kind of Egyptian in its design, which is kind of cool, but I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I don't know.
Remember how you felt when you saw it, though. That's important.
I'll give it a B.
Yeah, I see. I'll give it a C, but I think it deserves respect of a B because I know how good it was at the time.
That's used quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't love it. I've never loved it, but I want to give it respect for. Yeah, I probably would say a B out of just pure. I know better now. As annoying as that is, as gently as annoying as that is. Counted protons pistol, as requested. Did this to yourself.
It's a Buck Rogers gun. It's kind of awful.
Ouch. It's a ray gun, Stu. It's a ray gun.
Yeah, it is a ray gun.
It looks nice, Stu. And come on, it's a good looking ray gun.
It looks exactly what it's supposed to be. A ray gun from like Buck Rogers or something, or Flash Gordon. And it's fine.
And it has it, and they fixed the Klingon pistol problem by having it curved, so it goes in the holster nicely.
It's fine.
I'd give it between a C and a D, because for what it is, it's quite nice.
I'd give it a D.
But I'm okay with a D.
He's always okay with the D.
Huh?
What?
What? Huh?
D. Oh, but look. There's more. But wait, there's more.
Buster's pistol. Harry Kim.
It's a D as well.
See, I think this is an F, because
Okay.
I like the emitter better of the other one. Although I like the red here, but I like the emitter less. So this one goes into too simple for me. So I give this one an F.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't really care either way. I just know somebody was gonna say Captain Proton, so.
Well, yeah, you made me put a history. This was you. You did this. You did this. You.
And we got Ray Ricks with £5. I like the Cardassian phaser A tier. Watching through this moment. Okay.
Yes, there you go.
Iconically Star Trek, so. Right beside a Bajoran one. And the Bajoran one's pointed at it, so.
Yes, Dominion beat Confederation, which beats Klingon, which beats Bajoran, which beats Cardassian. Gosh, there's a chain of events.
All right.
Where we go next? Oh, how many votes do we have? Oh, come on. 3 more votes, guys, to 85, and we can do a new poll. We're doing great, guys. Now this is a classic, Stuart. The Romulan TNG disruptor. It is very prop, but it's very nice. And in fact, now looking at it, isn't that the handle of like the Star Trek 3 phaser with the same like button? Isn't that like the same piece? They might have re-resined.
Yeah.
I've always liked this. It works really well. It's very simple. Like there's not much going on gribbly wise, but it feels like a simple militaristic phaser, which is what you would have, right? It's definitely more of its time, as in like a detailing. I've always quite liked it as well.
I've always liked the looks of this one too. This is another one I wouldn't mind owning. Distinctly Romulan for whatever reason, because we see them holding them so often. But again, it has that laser tag gun kind of vibe with that front guard, and I like it. It's very sleek in its design. So, yeah, this is fantastic. Thumbs up, 2 thumbs up from me.
Yeah, I think this is the appropriate level of iconic sleekness. I want to give it a high A.
I also want to give it an A. I don't think it deserves S tier by any stretch of the imagination.
But if someone believes it could be, I would be fine with it being A because it is iconic.
There it is.
But it does not need to be. But I think you could make an argument. It's not quite as iconic as the other one, but
yeah,
as the TNG one, I mean.
Yeah. All right. Somebody wants to move a Romulan disruptor around, feel free, but Sebastian says solid B.
Oh. Higher than a B.
Well, he didn't super chat, so we don't have to move it.
Oh, indeed, but
all right. Next up is, hold on, let me see what this one is first. So, oh, okay. Yay. The excitement level has been ramped up. Look, a background gun. Okay. Again, it's kind of all right. There's a lot going on. The top looks kind of really weirdly cobbled together and kind of crooked, but hey, that's fine. Yep. It's a good background.
yeah, it's nice.
Gun.
It's very similar to some other stuff in this list, right? It's very different.
Yeah.
I want to say it's a low C, high D. I think actually the color scheme is great on this.
I would say a C for me. So.
Yeah. Go for a C. It's actually quite good. Yeah.
85
votes. Excellent. So I asked you all, Who is your favourite alien sidearm design overall? Stonking Victory Klingon, 68%. With Romulan, which we just discussed, at 15%. Boran at 12%. And Cardassian at a low 5%.
Interesting. Guys, hit like if you haven't. We have 67 likes, which is awesome. 64 over here, which is great. But if you haven't hit like yet, you're just joining us, hit that like button. Let's try to get to 75. I think we can do it. Kyle Wong, 5 pounds. Hi, chaps. Here a bit late. Do you have Soren's gun from Generations? We do indeed. I saw it moving around at the beginning. Saw it at the corner of my eye. It wasn't there originally, but it got added.
What a twist.
What a twist. All right, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Ah, yes, the Andorian phaser pistol for Enterprise. Which I would never have thought was an Andorian phaser pistol. It's alright. Does look like their ship in fairness, but it, for whatever reason, just doesn't... It's very prop.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like an early TNG design, but it's a late Enterprise design, or like late Trek.
Looks like a water gun too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I commend them for making it sort of blue, and the emitter thing at the front being a darker blue is kind of nice. But also the way they hold it, it's like a. I don't like it very much. It's not bad, but I don't like it very much. I would see a pleasant D, but I could be negotiated to an F if someone hates it, because it just doesn't work for me in general.
No, I'm right there with you on the D. I'm right there with Sam on the D. That sounds really bad.
That's not the first time.
Sweet. Okay, we're running out of room in D, but that's all right. These things happen.
These things. Next.
These things do happen. See, these things do happen. Well, until you stop at these things happening, this thing does not happen.
Other background laser. This I do recall from TNG. I believe Roger Daynar's people had it as one of the things. Very classic TNG. Not too bad though. Like I don't mind this. It's very TNG. I remember a scene where there's a guy who's like holding his hand like this. It's like it's all right. It's all right, right? It's kind of got its own character.
I like it. I like the design. I like the colors.
Yeah, I like the colors.
It works.
The black grip's nice.
Very well. Ooh, let's see. Let me just move this out of the way a tad. I'm very happy putting that at a honestly. I like the design. I think that could be turned into a hero prop easily.
I was gonna say a mid C. Not for dislike. It's a bit too proppy because I'm like just.
Oh yeah, well you put it that way, proppy, yeah.
But I mean, everything's different, right? You paint it with more metals. Guys, once again, this is on you. Let us know, because this is a design. You know, it is a design. It's not just a kit bash. Therefore, let us know.
And Phil C throws in $5.
Thanks
and
so
it's
much.
his 5th super chat on a live stream. So congratulations on your 5th super chat.
Yeah, you did it.
$5.
Good job.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And what does it say?
Would you be happy compromising on a B?
Some. I mean, a low B, but that's irrelevant to the compromise.
You know what? No, I've changed my mind.
Okay.
It's a C. It's a C.
Oh, okay.
I see exactly why you said that, based on the other ones here as well. And you know what? I agree.
Yeah, I do agree. You could make this into a B if you took the exact same design, did some tweaks, did some electronics. Wouldn't take much, but I think that particular version of it, I think, is a high C. Respect high C. Okay.
I see the drink.
Now, of course, if you guys disagree with my conversion of his brain, and want to bring it back to a B, let us know. We're doing phenomenal, guys. Thanks for jumping and having fun.
Kyle Long, 5 pounds. What about the Vidian scanner gun thing? It's on its way. Relax. Don't get your panties in the twist.
But keep super chatting about your panties in the twist, as you say.
We got this dildo-looking apparatus.
So this specifically was used by that lady on that planet where Tuvok and Kim crash.
Yes.
And she sort of falls in love with Tuvok and she has an odd accent and such.
Looks like the front of like a E11.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And the back part's like the Batman like communicator thing.
Bat gun.
It's awful.
I understand the vibe is that it's tiny handheld sneaky pistol, like those single little, almost like pop gun pistols, modern day. But this was a laser pointer. Like, if that's what they're going for, cool. But it ain't nice. Happy to put it in F. Personal preference.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Just personal preference. But Olafam is a significant disagree. But it's okay. How do you hold it? Kind of like that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be probably quite comfortable. Just personal preference.
Okay. Next up on the firing range is this one,
which is a slight different version, because it's a slightly different top bit. I'm not different enough to be different, so I guess still S by default.
Yes.
I try to be, you know.
Looks like the Klingons are dominating the S tier.
Yeah. They do try.
This is the way.
The same damn weapon as well.
Can you chat with people for just a second?
Absolutely. So, how's everyone doing today? All 66 of you are doing great with Super Chats. Thank you all so much. It is what funds this channel, as you guys know. But join us for Saturday. I'm excited. Get my costumes ready to go for those. We got some very good booze. I've got still some good booze from other Drunkyards. I am very much prepared for that. I've got some Christmas present Blu-rays to show everybody. Maybe I'll show a prop for a Super Chat that is kind of a special one. I keep looking like I've got things out from filming that are still right there. And that'll be fun. Me and Stu will discuss, theorize, talk about Pro Vegas this year. Our plans for that. Yeah, Drunkyards will be quite early. So obviously from my perspective, I'll be getting up and I'll be doing a few things and getting drunk all day into the night. Stuart's perspective, he'll be getting up, having lunch, and then getting drunk very early in the lunch, very early in the afternoon or in the morning still. You can get drunk at, what do they say? It's 5 p.m. somewhere if it's 10 a.m. where you are. Yeah, we also this week plan to do another verses as we've been doing last couple of weeks. That'll be obviously random fun, and then it's TNG review, which is a famous one. I can't remember which episode it is. So that is our week's plan. Should be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which seems to be. Yeah, we seem to be doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is our current scheduling for the week. And like I say, Saturday should be a fun time. I think me and Stuart are both in good vibes for a nice long day. Hang out with you all. I mean, as you guys know, Drunkyards become their own unique entity. So if you happen to have us talk about props, do some CG fun things, I don't know, right? I've got all these things ready to go. Maybe I end up doing some CG in front of you all. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
I'm back.
Hello. Welcome.
I'm back. Welcome back, buddy. It's okay. All right. What's next? You don't even know. I know. You don't know.
Ah, yes. This is the tease at the start. This is the Tellarite phaser.
Back Massager 5000. Looks like one of those back massager guns. I got one.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does what it says in the tin, Stuart.
Yeah.
And in fairness, I kind of like it if the thing rotates, if it starts out as like a line and you come into place. Would be
exactly,
kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like it does.
And then you just like a knife, you put it into a side, put it into a pouch, take it out, you know. And it's meant to be like a stealthy or a small pistol at the time. Gives me vibes of the other Emerald Chain big disruptor in you could argue is a rifle from Discovery, just much smaller. Looks very Minority Report. That classic sci-fi. But it is a real design. It feels like a real design. It feels very Walther PPK in sci-fi colours. What do you think? For stylistic sake, I would say it's a nice package of a C, but I could be argued to a D for its simplicity. But I think it feels very much like a sci-fi small pistol, which is what it is. So I think as an overall piece, it works as a C, even if it's arguably a D.
I wanted to say D initially.
But how much more cohesive is it than the Andorian one, which just feels weirdly disjointed? And of course, if the Confederation can get so high, it being a simple sci-fi pistol is not a detraction, right? I think this comes together as a nice piece of design.
C it is. I like it.
Yeah, it's pleasant. It's many different things, but look at C. C has a lot of different sci-fi universes, potentially in C. Yeah. No, I don't mean literally PPK. I mean like it has that vibe of a very small pistol. That's what I mean. Vibe-wise, not literal.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. We'll have the play. Ah, yes, the Vidian phaser tricorder thing. Laser thing.
It's kind of all right, isn't it?
I don't know if it
reminds me of something else.
Yeah, it looks like a remote control with a stuff on it.
No, it looks like a spanner from TOS with the two prongs. Sticking things.
I mean, it's the epitome of function, right? It is a sonic screwdriver and also a pew-pew weapon. But it also feels very 90s.
Oh my god.
I would say respectful D because it is also mostly everything else but a phaser. But it works for what it is.
Yeah, D works for me.
Hard to aim. Yeah, probably. But it's the most functionally useful tool of this entire thing. I mean, that's clear from the episodes.
Okay. Next up. Boom, baby.
I'll give this one to you, Stuart.
Did you? This is a Romulan from Picard thing. Yeah, I remember talking about this with the rifle thing because there's a rifle version. Too organic, feels xenomorphy. I don't know. It doesn't say Romulan to me necessarily, but it doesn't have to. I mean, there's a lot of weight saving. You know, emptying out all those negative area. I mean, there's a lot of weight reduction. I don't know what to say.
I just dislike it in general.
52.
Like, it's a very, very good Chronicles of Riddick weapon with that sort of gross art design. It intentionally, right? But I don't like how it looks. It is a design. There is some style to it, but I don't understand it. Why is there 5,000 grill holes? Is it that well, fine, yeah. But then just remove the grilling if you can, right? Like, it implies to me it needs that much heat sink release place. It's so powerful, but it's not. It's just a disruptor, right? It doesn't do anything special. It feels nonsensically. Yeah. I mean, I want to
put it on F.
Yeah, I just don't like it. It does not make me happy.
It hurts me in multiple ways. So yeah, we'll throw it in an F there. And I can't even get it. There we go. All right. Next up, the Romulan TOS Disruptor.
This one's all yours, Stuart.
Yeah, this one I actually have the Klingon TOS Disruptor, and
we'll get to.
Yes, it's here as well. I love the way it feels in the hand. This is the exact same prop, but with the front end changed. And I think that the Romulan one looks a lot better than the Klingon one for that front end swap. Plus, they've also taken off one of the things on the top, and it just seems sleeker and smoother. This going from that last Romulan Tal Shiar weapon to this Romulan one, I think this is head and shoulders above the other one as far as design and just simple styling goes. So I really like this one. I've always been a sucker for the Klingon TOS one, and like I said, this one's the exact same one, just modified slightly, which I can actually bring in the Klingon one if you want to do a comparison.
Please do.
I like it.
The issue, of course, is that it's incredibly simple, incredibly blocky, but that's the era, right? Yeah. I like the style of the Klingon more. More's going on, has more character, but I do see what you mean about the sleek down militaristic vibe of the Romulan, and I do like the different think of having 5 lines with something between being the emitter, right? That's not conventional versus a prong, and it's almost like the 2S pistol prong. One is very of the era, one is back to basics. I mean, this is where classic versus taste comes in, right?
Yeah.
Although, credit to them, the fact that I can see that the thumb trigger, like all the elements of the Klingon Disruptor is in, like, good for them for TNG and movies to make this but newer, because it's super faithful. God, The
problem with the Klingon one I find is that the front part it's a friggin' piston. It's a piston from an engine, and you can tell. You can see the piston rings. You can see, it's just a piston. It's a small piston.
It's a Klingon piston.
In a pistol. Yeah. But that's, they were using what they had at the time to make something look sci-fi and futuristic, right?
And the design has carried for 50 years, ostensibly. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I do have that one upstairs, and it's really nice. It was quite an expensive one to get. Now I want the Romulan one more, actually. So I like the Romulan one slightly better, but
I'll go first, but you're a TOS fanboy, so your ranking will be weighted more. I think if I was to be brutally honest, I would say the Klingon one a very low B and Romulan a low C. Purely for design, simplicity, and whatever.
Ooh.
They don't age as well as the TOS phaser.
So you want the Klingon one at a B?
Yes.
Right, which I agree with.
Oh, okay.
But the Romulan one I put either at a B or an A.
Audience, because it's just losing some of the details, but it's more militaristic feeling. So it's ironic that losing things makes it more. But guys, this is on you guys.
I don't know. I think it should be a B or an A for this Romulan one, at least. So let us know, guys. One super chat can clinch it, or you guys can vote in the general chat.
The fact that, though, I'm very good with guns, and this I entirely forgot existed, and we had this conversation earlier. Even the internet forgot this existed. I had to really do some digging to find this as a reference, because it's not what came up.
But that's why it stood out in my brain, because I remember seeing it on screen going, I really like that. I like it better than the Klingon one. And then when I didn't see it on the list, I was like, when you said that it was the same one just with a different color, I'm like, no. And I went to look for that picture. And yeah, you're right. It's way far down. Because it's seen in like 1 or 2 shots very briefly in like the Enterprise incident.
Because they do use the Klingon one with the green paint. So that there's a silver version of the Klingon. The green paint is a Romulan, and this is obviously a custom iteration, which I do like. They took the Klingon pistol, a la Treaty, did their own custom emitter for different things. Cool, love it. Logic makes sense. Guys, up to you.
You got a B, an A, a B, and a B. So B is winning right now, which I'm totally happy with. Honestly.
I mean, Super Chat, guys, this feels like a audience participation one because it's so simple, but doesn't mean it doesn't work, right?
Yes. I'll pull the Klingon one back in for anybody trying to make up their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
But they definitely are more of their time than...
Oh, 100%. But they're different enough from, like, Buck Rogers or any generic sci-fi, like...
Mm-hmm. See, to me, the Klingon one looks like they had fun putting together. Yeah. They kind of like designed with what they had. Although it's a lot more TOS phase than I probably would think they would do. There's so many bits you can always say, that's this from TOS, that's this from TOS, other than the main Starfleet phaser, which is kind of odd. They wouldn't be sharing tech that way.
Got another A vote. Romulan looks more dangerous and futuristic, so A. Phil C, $2. 45 pistols by the Iosians in Patterns of Force. No, those won't be here. So it's kind of a tie between B and A right now.
Let us know.
Come on, either keep voting or somebody super chat in with to lock this one in.
I'm leaving this up to you guys. I've said my piece. I'm happy to give you guys the final say.
He's happy to shut his yap hole. At least for a minute.
It's for a minute.
I guess this can be a $2 super chat because we've lingered on it for a while now.
Yeah,
so.
But it's one of the very first things ever in Trek, right? So it's and the fact they did reuse the Klingon one clearly a couple of times, this one's a bit more unique.
Dan Ben says top is a Taste of Armageddon alien species, and then they changed the front plate later for the Klingons Romulan one. You know what? I'm going to put it at B for now because I think that's fine.
Okay then.
It's the one I definitely want to get a hold of, though. It took me forever to find a good Klingon one, so. Oh well. Next up is Saurians. This is just a torch.
Is it?
Not flashlight. It's like a for starting fires, but that's okay.
It's cool though.
It is cool, and it does a swivel.
I can't imagine the torch like would do the twist. That must have been an add-on after.
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, this is certainly one of the most unique ones in the entire thing. Yes, Stuart, jump on Super Chat.
Fleetpod $2 B- for barrier. And Marco Van Asch 249 euros. Let's go for B. There you go. B. Thank you. Yeah, Benjamin Stone. Exactly what it's for. For like flaming on a creme brulee. Yeah.
But it has so much damn character, right? It's unnecessary, it's weird, it says alien, the fact that you hold it a weird way, then it turns for no reason whatsoever. It's both metally and yet sci-fi-y. It's cool, right? It's easily one of the most unique things in this entire lot. It's cool, right?
It is cool.
It's dumb, but Soren's dumb. Just fly into the goddamn thing, you idiot. Take a shuttle. Just go to Earth, steal a Type 9 or whatever. It's not hard. But let's be honest, it's pretty famous for reasons. I would probably be happy to say a very low B.
Yeah, me too.
It's so specific and memorable.
Because it kind of killed Kirk, even though it didn't.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind owning one, but I don't know what I'd ever do with it. I don't love it, but it's just so... It's so memorable. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, oh. This is a heavy hitter.
Oh, it's on you as well, I believe.
Very anti-disruptor. Except for when it's not.
Except for when it's not.
Very dangerous weapon. Ugly as sin, and I hate it. But it's built up. The very anti. It's a big deal. So I don't know. It's got an iconicness to it, but for me, it's not going to be a high ranking. It's just so simple, and looks so uncomfortable to hold as well for any long period of time. Oh, you don't need it for a long period of time, probably, so that's fine.
It's very small. It's very simple. It's exactly, if it was ever designed to be what we saw in TNG as the like assassin horrible pistol, exactly what I could see doing. You know, all black market pieces. All exactly to kill, like you say. You bring it out for 3 seconds, fire it back in your pocket. It's so simple and so assassin. Always memorable. But yeah, as soon as you start seeing it in other episodes, like, oh, it's also this weapon and this weapon and this weapon. But it's a genuinely very sleek, simple piece. I would be happy to give it a C. Because it's prestige. Like, I kind of want one for fan films. If I brought this and pointed at Nick Cook from Intrepid, the audience would be tense. You know? You would have a vibe from this. You know? Just saying. Simple as it is.
Yeah, I'm happy to put it a C just because of its
Yeah.
reputation.
And it is sleek. It is a sleek looking piece, right?
I think we're missing a big version of one of the guns you added, just for the record.
Okay.
I can't see it.
Okay.
Look what's left. If you can. So next up is this one.
Yes, this bullshit. This is a Romulan Star Trek Picard Tal Shiar assassin pistol.
I should have known from the.
Can go fuck itself. Hate it. It's just Star-Lord's pistol in Romulan. Like,
yeah,
it's so uncreative. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I like nothing about it. Yeah. F. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. Phil C though, $2. Also, author P38s made by the Ecosians in TOS. Yes. No, not going to be on the list.
Yes, I put lots on this list, guys. We did a good job. What the hell is that piece of trash? It is a piece of trash, and it should be hauled away as garbage.
All right. We got 75 likes. Can we get to 80 though?
I mean, I thought we should. Where we go? What part of the quadrant are we going to next?
Well,
we start to roll down.
Just supplied me with it, so there you go.
Yes, the Zindi reptilian phaser. Obviously custom prop. Although it does remind me of the, because it is the same. It's the same as the Maquis phaser, but with removed pieces and added pieces. You can see the same shell elements. But hey, no shade. It looks nice. It works well. It fits very well their aesthetic. Yeah, pretty decent piece.
I love the color of it. It looks functional.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it a B.
I was going to have to give it a high C. Thoughts?
Sebastian, not bad. A C. Okay.
It's amazing the variety we get in B and C.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I can be put both ways. I want to give you guys the choice to have your say. Because the paint's great and it does fit really well, and the fact they found something that was so in their repertoire and yet they modified it to be, as in when they had an old one that fit so well.
Just making more room in C, guys. Sorry, it's off screen. Doing the best we can with the programs we use. If you don't like it, I got 2 words for you.
Oh dear. Let us know. Vote now, guys.
B or a C? Let us know, guys. B should be Herogen. C. Ray Ricks, 5 pounds. B, it's better than the sea weapons. There you go.
If that person thinks, then they have voted with their hard-earned. I will accept the God's decision.
Now we've got 2 left.
Ooh.
So, we're going to pull in this bad boy.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What is this?
This is Mop's weapon.
Who?
Mop.
I don't know who that is.
From Star Trek Picard Season 1, the big alligator guy. This is his gun, which was then reused as a random gun. This is the Star Trek Picard art team trying to be fancy, make Starfleet weapon, or, you know, sci-fi weapons.
Okay. Neat. I like the red lights.
Boring.
It is, but it's still a cool weapon. I'm not gonna take that away from it.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly as it's black market pistol man gun. It's just not very interesting.
See,
doesn't give me any feelings, you know. Which is not really a good sign.
Well, I'd give it a D, because it's not as unique as a lot of the stuff in C.
Yep.
And it's kind of on par for me with the Andorian ones, so.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. It doesn't. Yeah, it's serviceable. Wholeheartedly serviceable. Which is better than lots of things. Let's be fair. So.
Yeah. Okay, one more. We're gonna end on a banger because.
Oh.
Klingons are dominating the tier list right now.
That was like our second one, wasn't it? Yeah.
I don't know. It's here.
I guess just didn't make it on the. Yeah, there it is. It's Well, I mean, the close enough version. This is obviously I think this is the TNG version. Yeah, this is the same thing as on D. So it's just painted slightly differently.
I was gonna go back on D then.
There we go. There we go. Ending our banger has been ended and banged.
And it's not an A or an S tier, I mean. So, all right. There's our final list until we change it.
Yes. Now, we want you guys to suggest some swaps that you feel before we potentially change it radically.
I moved all that shit in C for no reason. Yay. Yeah, so talk amongst yourselves. Let us know what you
Talk
guys
amongst
think.
yourselves.
I'm doing things, so I can't read the chat. I'll
yes.
check it in a second.
Yeah.
Space these out better.
Yeah, I mean, this is we've definitely done a service here to the community. We have looked at so many. We have not covered everything because also there might not be a reference image that's worth anything because, you know, if you can't even see it. I think I'm rather lucky to have found this many good side views.
Yeah.
Because it ain't necessarily easy to do. A bit of search is required. Etc. A lot of variety here. Over all the shows, all the eras. It shows there is a lot of ways to make a weapon. Because there's a lot of variety here.
Yeah.
So this is the Brett capture. This is the current combined list. You guys get a chance to swap things around. We get a chance to swap things around for the final contrast list, because of course when we see it right there might be a sense of contrast. Now, how do we feel that only Klingon got S and basically the same gun and a fancy version? Why is that? Why is nothing else got S?
I don't know. I wanted to put it at S, but everybody's like A. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll throw it in A.
Which? What?
The shotgunny version. I thought that's what you're talking about.
No, I'm saying why is there only one gun in S, basically? Why is nothing in... Why are the other weapons not reaching
I don't
S?
know. You were here the whole time with me.
I was.
You tell me. Like,
I don't know. I guess the balance of unique and creative without an issue. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at A, and nothing in there says to me put it in as S.
well,
like they've all got a problem that I see in A that stop them from being perfect.
the only one I would suggest is that one. The other Klingon one in A, but I really like it personally. That's why I'm saying that. But the pump action thing kind of bothers me.
Which is the one big change.
Yeah. Kira's little pistol is kind of cool, but I don't think it's S tier quality.
'Cause I feel like this is unfair to everything else to not have a variety in an S. Because there's good designs here that might go beyond the...
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that potentially we could do, and this takes us out of the Star Trek territory, okay? Now we're going to pure what we're looking at design-wise, right? It's just pure design. I would posit to you that potentially the Heron pistol should be an S, because it works as a fully fleshed out pistol that has its own unique style, colour's great, the design's great, and it has none of those flaws that, for me, A has. If we're looking at pure design, I think that is also a standout design as a sci-fi weapon.
I would agree. That's a two-tier jump, by the way.
I understand that. Contrast, though.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I
still think
I could also be convinced that Kira's pistol could be an S because it's very sleek and it will like it does what it says.
It is, and I really like it, but I don't think it deserves S tier.
Okay. Like out of that A, that's what I like. Something like Cardassian still bothers me. It's too stylized for me. Romulan's too simple. Jem'Hadar, too much of it is just resin. I certainly don't want the Confederation because it's a gun. Klingon is just the same thing with a shotgun thing. The Boran I could be convinced because it's sleek and creative but still classic. But there you go for you not.
Barry F, $2. Where is the Stone of Girl Psionic Resonator?
You're funny. You're funny. Someone put something. Dan, it's like so many. I did like 2 hours finding stuff. It's fine. It's fine. Do you think that the Enterprise Klingon pistol should be a B? Now in contrast. It's quite a cohesive design.
Yep.
Cool. I would agree.
Yeah. This one I gotta upscale a bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, it should be a B, I think.
Just cohesive.
100%. Which really should move the Vulcan one up to at least a B.
Which one?
Or an A. The Vulcan one. It could jump 2 slots too and go to A because it's a cool design, even though it's just a.
I just don't like the color though. It is that simple. It just looks cheaper. And it's the paint. The paint's a shiny, reflective. It looks like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. Just looks like a cheaper version. And make it a B if you want. I'm not going to argue either way. But I just think it looks just less. But I won't argue with what you choose to do there.
No, it's fine. I think the Romulan TOS disruptor pistol should be bumped up to A. Personally.
If you want to do it, do it. Hey, follow your heart there, because that's a you thing. I think you could probably argue that, although I feel silly because they've already got two that are so similar, that probably the Maquis phaser could also be an A, because again, as a whole piece, it's a very good sci-fi pistol. But it's so goddamn similar to the Jem'Hadar in terms of style that it feels like I'm just giving credit for guns with that extra piece, right? But it is a very sleek piece. What do you think?
Which one's the Maquis one?
Second
one.
into B.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just a very sleek pistol. I could give that an A.
Yeah. No, I'd rather bump up the Bajoran one to A, honestly, than that one.
Because that's not sleek though.
No, but it's way more unique.
Well, it is, but it's not as sexy as sleek. I'm just going with the pure. I know what you mean, but it's just too bulky for me to be A.
Yeah, no. I don't think that one should.
That's okay. That's
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry. Don't hit me. He abuses me all the time, guys. You have no fucking idea. He's kind of an awful human being sometimes.
I would. I could. I could be convinced that the Riemann could be an F because it's just a water pistol. Now, in contrast, it's as simple as many other Fs.
Which one's the Riemann pistol?
First in D. It's just so simple. Again, in contrast.
Yeah, I'd agree. I will not disagree. Got such a clusterfuck here.
Yeah, main space though. Nothing else strikes me now at this point. Is there anything else that your brain sees?
Is this ugly fucking thing right here? This emerald chain thing should be an F in my opinion.
Hey, if you want, I'm not gonna. It's so interesting and unique, but I would disagree. But if you want to put it there, I will let you.
No, I'll leave it where it is for the interesting and uniqueness of it, but I hate it. So
there you go.
there.
Super fascinating.
It is super fascinating.
Yeah. Guys, this is your last chance to have your say. And
Very last chance ever. This is our last live.
Oh my god!
Ever.
First time hearing it as well.
I forgot to announce that.
I forgot. Anybody.
5 pounds. In terms of function, I would argue the Vidian tool could be higher, so it's technically a medical instrument designed to remove organs and does it well.
I mean, I see the logic, and he has super chatted, therefore, you know, there you go. But, you know.
Higher to what? C or
I
B?
guess, yeah.
No, because I don't want to have to move everything in C again.
Oh, and the Vidian tool can stab as well. It's also a melee weapon, yeah. Multi-purpose. It's like a multi-pass.
Okay, well, you bastards, all of you.
Really interesting. There's such a variety here. I don't think I would have... Like, if we had quick-fired this, I think this would be entirely different, I'll be honest. If we'd gut reaction to everything, I think our discussion here has really created something strong here.
Yeah, I done
the best you can.
Weapon. Oh, there we got it in. All right, cool.
Good job. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I think we're done.
This was fascinating.
It has been. This one, I didn't know what to expect with this one, and
you guys have kicked ass. So that's very much because of you guys. Definitive.
Official, that's the end. Interesting.
And do we know which day is which for our Thursday and Friday? Our TNG review and our verses. Do you know, Stuart?
Well, there's nothing on Friday. You said Wednesday.
Wednesday, Thursday. Sorry, I meant the next two.
I have no idea.
Again!
We're doing lives tomorrow and Thursday. Be here or not, I don't care.
One will be verses, one will be TNG review.
I actually do care.
Yes.
No, but the next verse or the next TNG review is going to be
good one. As I can remember.
Well, is it though?
I thought it was.
It is season 5, episode 17, The Outcast. That's what the androgynous race
No, that
looking
was,
for their
yeah,
shuttle.
right, that was the last one we were thinking. Yeah.
The one after that's the banger.
Right. Okay.
Cause and effect.
Sorry, that's
Cause
what I
and
was
effect.
thinking of. That's what I was thinking of.
Anyway, so join us
Ooh.
tomorrow, same time.
Gorgonzola. Now vote now, guys. Would you be interested and super chat in such a thing? Because there's no point doing it for us. Would you be interested in doing an episode on lightsabers, voting on their hilts?
Yes. The answer is yes.
That's a fun idea. That's so goddamn subjective. Because you can't say, does that feel like a lightsaber design? Yes, it does. Does that feel like a Federation? No, it's all made by the Order. It's all lightsabers. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh well, Benjamin, join us for other ones. This is we love you guys. We love the atmosphere. We love you guys are part of it. That's important to us. And for the verses, you guys have a lot of say.
Yes. But anyway, guys, I think we'll call it there. This has been a fun one. So thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate you guys. And we'll see you guys later.
Glory to the Klingons, apparently.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Until later, he's Commander Cockings.
He's got a Foley.